Okay, good morning, world. How are we today? Well. I have a few things to have an opinion about this morning. Number one, is it just me? Is it just me? Or is it hard for everyone to understand how our fuel prices have jumped up to like double what they were priced at per litre before, all because one fifth of our oil comes from this area in by Iran, that Iran is not letting the oil ships through. I don't understand how our fuel is now costing so much just because 1/5 of our oil is being stopped from coming from there. Because, I'm sorry, like basic math here, that means we still have 4/5 of our oil coming from other places around the world. We should still have plenty of oil as well. No risk of running out, because we still have 4/5, right, coming in. And I understand, the media and politicians have, caused chaos in the streets with their reporting about the fuel and, caused like panic buying and whatnot. Which I want to touch on that as well, as being so selfish and so stupid of people. Where we live, we've seen people who have sort of like fuel trailers, right? They're like specially designed trailers to carry fuel. And we've seen those be going around because people are panic buying fuel. We've seen, trucks going around, filling up. Most big properties, farms and things, they have their own private fuel tanks as well for their tractors and their utes and their whatever, but they're all filling up and they're all, filling up everything that they've got. And then it's like, okay, what happens in a week's time when you guys, or you selfish rich people who can afford as well to just go out and spend thousands of dollars on fuel? What happens when there's no fuel coming into the area for another week or two because you guys sucked it all out, and then people can't even get from their homes to the supermarket, because we're waiting on fuel to come in and there's no fuel. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys are causing so much stress and problems for other people with your selfishness. There would have been enough fuel to go around. You don't have to panic buy. Panic buying causes the problem. Yes, the media and the politicians, incited it with their reporting and the things that they said, the statements they made. But people being stupid enough to get sucked into all this crap and then who go out and panic buy, you're causing the problem for other people. That's number one. And I just don't understand either how already the cost of fuel is like doubled for us. And it's like, okay, why? I would like experts on the news explaining why it's now double. And they're saying, oh, it's because people are panic buying. How is people panic buying petrol, fuel, caused the price to double? I would like better explanations about this. because it's like, it's kind of just being like reported on really blasé and like, oh yeah, well obviously, you know, because of what Iran's doing, and obviously because of the panic buying. No, that is not adequate enough explanation on why the price is now double. It's not adequate enough. And it's also not adequate enough to explain how we could possibly run out of fuel. Why, explain to the people why we would run out of fuel if we still have 4/5 coming in from other places of the world. I want to know. Explain it better, please. Number two, about the Iranian women's soccer team. You know, more and more of them have now retracted their request for asylum in Australia and on their journey back to Iran. And, you know, now we've got, as part of the reporting, you know, there's commentary being made about that, you know, it was suspected by people around them here in Australia. It was suspected that one of the women in that group, who I believe was part of management of the team, was possibly receiving text messages or things to her phone from the regime, and she was relaying threats, propaganda to the ladies, the soccer team ladies, which, you know, basically pushed them over the edge to retract their request for asylum and return back home, as in, you know, coerced, as in under threat. And they're trying to say as well that threats have been made to their families. And I would very much like to see some evidence on that. Why is it that people can just say whatever they want to say? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get it, like free speech and all that, but like in reporting, really, like in news, really, when there's a war going on and it's basically like a politicized, you know, aspect of the war. And then there was somebody who came out from Iran saying, you know, like alleging that this is like psychological warfare. And, you know, basically that it would have looked very good for, you know, the West countries, that this Iranian soccer team is requesting help from the West countries. Like, please save us from Iran. And I agree with that. And I'm an Australian. I agree with that. It makes sense, does it not? Does it not make sense that, you know, the West countries like Australia and, you know, specifically Trump, and Trump would have been on the phone, well, he was on the phone, wasn't he, at whatever time in the morning for us, telling our Prime Minister to give asylum to these ladies and that he better get up and he better do something about it right now. And then what did our Prime Minister do? He bent over and he took it, and he freaking did what Trump told him to do, as always. And, you know, of course, it is a politicized thing. Of course, it's, you know, the whole world was watching to see, oh, are we going to just send these ladies back to their country, back to their bad regime? Oh, are we going to send them back to where there's a war going on? Or are we going to keep them safe here in our little nest? Like, what a joke. Again, that's why I made that short. Like, what a joke. Does no one care about all the other people there who are getting killed? No one cares about all those schoolgirls who were killed there. No one cares about all the innocent lives lost in Iran. No one cares about all the innocent lives lost in Lebanon. You know, like, it's just so hypocritical. And the media and the politicians, they don't want to focus on that, do they? No, they wanted to focus on these ladies from this one soccer team and make a political statement out of it. And that's what the Iranian government is or their spokesperson from Iran, whoever it was, that's what they're talking about. It being like psychological warfare. It's just like when, news reporters and things like that, they will focus in on this like one sad story of this one sad person, or they'll use a clip of, like a visual clip of like a person with blood on their face or things like that. It's to cause an emotional reaction in people. It's to gain an advantage for a narrative. Okay, that's part of war is psychological. Part of war is psychological. Okay, that's why propaganda. That's what propaganda means. It's like I was saying, that Trump doesn't have a real weapon in his hands. He's not really on the front line. His weapon is his mouth. Okay, psychological warfare. The mouth is part of the war. Okay, and this whole thing with the soccer team, I get that there was a lot of people who were genuinely had concerns for these ladies, but I mean, number one, one of the reports that I read was like, it's even a sign of rebellion and basically dangerous for these ladies to have even played soccer to begin with, because that is not agreed with in their country. Really? How is it that they're on the world stage then as the women's soccer team representing their country, Iran? How have they had the funding? How have they done all the training, got the uniforms, had, whatever else aspect goes into like with their marketing and their everything else that, pulls a national team together and gets them on planes and gets them traveling around the world, playing soccer, what they love. It doesn't really seem to me like the big bad regime was, really going after these ladies and really trying to stop them from their aspirations as soccer players. Because I'm sorry, but like, how long have they been playing soccer for? Is this not like a career that they're doing? Because I haven't seen their government chasing them around trying to stop them do soccer. Why is that? Why are people saying that now? Women in general have no rights and blah blah blah. Again, with the we live in a day and age where it can be pretty simple for people to leave a country and go to another country. And like you can move. But that's how the whole world became like multicultural. It's because people moved, and just do things the right way, and you don't get locked in asylum camps and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't really seem correct to me that the regime was trying to stop these ladies from playing soccer. And the whole thing with them not singing the anthem. I mean, do you think that when all of the Western nations and all the media and social media and all this are, speaking so badly of Iran and painting them out to be these huge monsters, even though they didn't, send one missile off, or do anything like that until after they had been attacked, right? Can we all just get that straight? Okay? They are defending themselves. They have been doing what they've been doing in retaliation. And retaliation. What, no other country would retaliate if they were being, bomb after bomb after bomb. Innocent lives being lost everywhere. You wouldn't retaliate? Of course you would, your country. Oh, but big bad Iran. I really, like, I'm not Iranian. I have no affiliation to this country. And it is like outrageous to me. You know, like it's so black and white. It's so simple for my brain to understand what's happening here. It's like infuriating listening to all this, like the way the reports are being made and the statements and the accusations and the allegations towards Iran is just despicable to me. And it's all just to incite hate towards them. That's what it is. It's to incite hate towards them so that we agree with Trump and whoever else going in and doing whatever they be doing, you know? Like, that's why. It's all just to get people on the Western countryside, on Israel's side. You know, oh yeah, no, we're not supposed to say anything bad about Israel, are we? Oh yeah, no, that's a big boo-boo. You're not supposed to talk bad about them. You know, everyone's scared to talk bad about them. Why? Why are we so scared to talk bad about Israel? Why are we so scared to point out that they are out there just killing so many people? You know? Oh, are they God's chosen people, are they? Yeah, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure that I have been taught that anyone who has chosen God and has God in their heart is God's people. And, you know, just because a certain group were called God's people once upon a time, and they've been claiming that all this time, you think that God can't turn his back on people because they've chosen the wrong path, they're doing the wrong thing? Just saying, just saying. You know, I mean, at what point do people look at the treacherous things that, well, basically Benjamin Netanyahu is doing, and actually look at that and say, hey, you know what? Actually, maybe you guys aren't so good. Maybe you are not the good people. And maybe the world needed to see the carnage and the savagery. Maybe the world needed to see the murderousness and the lack of remorse about that, to wake up to see that maybe Israel is not the be all and end all. You know, just an idea. Anyway, I'm home and I have things I have to go do right now. So you all have a good day. Food for thought, food for thought. Please leave a comment if you have an opinion or anything to share on what we've talked about this morning. And I will see you all soon.